Yo guys, what's up? My name is Joao and this is Gamers Den. Guys, this episode, I want to tell you about what's gonna happen in 2024. I just took my crystal ball, I looked into the future and I've seen some crazy green stuff happening in the crypto space with all this ETF from BlackRock and exchange from Fidelity and all this temporary FUD. I think it's just obvious that this bull market is going to happen because there's so much money pumped into this market. During the bear, it was pumped. Now it's being pumped, and I think that it's no way it's not going to happen. So, and I think that gaming sector will have a massive bull as well, just because there's so much technological innovations in the Web3 gaming space. So by the 2024, there will be so easy to onboard new players with platforms like GameSwift that basically allows you to make an account using Gmail and already have your custodial wallet, your NFT assets without even realizing that you have a wallet. So and there's going to be more platforms like this. So we will have new people coming in, people with, of course, like fresh capital pouring in, and back by then everything will be like hyped, everything will be like FOMO, and if you are going to chase those pumps, then you're gonna get wrecked. So I think now it's the time to start really looking into project that you wanna invest in, or at least watch, so you can see how they perform and act accordingly in the future. So, guys, in this episode, I'm going to give you my 4 personal biggest bets if it comes to Web3 games that I believe will do extremely well in the future in 2024 and beyond, based on 4 categories. So basically, we have funding. All of those games are extremely well funded. So money is not a problem. It's not like they're going to be run out of money and I can't finish. I have a so great product, but I cannot. No. Or they have to sell some shit to people to get extra liquidity. No, that's not going to happen. All of them have proven that they are totally pro gamers, that they don't want to suck liquidity out of you. They just want to deliver a great product so you have fun and then they make money. Then second thing is team. All of them have a great teams behind it. All of them have like super professional people working behind it. It's not typical crypto web3 amateur league. Those people are fucking beasts. 3 is longevity. So how long can product be on the market? How long can they deliver new content, which will not be boring after time? There's some games that they just after like first episode or first title, they just are not necessarily need a remake. Like if you played one, you played all of them, and they're kind of getting boring after time. And there are those games like Pokemon that people still play. They can deliver new content all the time, and or Magic the Gathering. They can make new additions and they're still fun and playable. So this is another important factor. And fourth is fun. All of those games I would love to play. I cannot wait to play. So, if you are excited as I am, please leave a like, subscribe. Don't be lazy about this like. Please leave it now. And let's fucking go. Right, guys. First project that we're going to talk about is Legions and Legends from Azra Games. And Azra Games is extremely well-funded studio that is run by Mark Otero. And this guy is a legend in gaming. He made his first company in 2008 was Click Nation, the game, and he sold it 3 years later to EA for millions. And he was basically acquired by EA, worked for them for some time. He is a really great game designer. He made Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which actually I don't play mobile games too much, but I got really hooked on this game, like the player progression, everything inside. The way it was constructed, you didn't have a feeling that you're really getting behind on those players who are paying for the game to, of course, have this access a little faster. I don't recommend to play it because it's addicting unless you like the stuff. It's Star Wars, so that's another thing for me. I really like it. But Legions and Legends, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically, think of it like this is going to be sci-fi fantasy RPG battler, and think of it like Warhammer 40K meets StarCraft meets Legends of King Arthur, a samurai version, and they all play Dungeons and Dragons. So it really looks cool. I think it has also very longevity potential because they have really well constructed lore. Basically, gods had to fight for succession, and they were sent into different realms where they could bring different armies. So here, already here, you have it like potential of like one could go to sci-fi world, one can go to fantasy world, and you can see that those worlds can basically collide on a battlefield and create unique, really unique experience that you didn't see in most of the games yet. Plus, it has this metaverse potential because you can acquire basically every IP in a game. Like you don't know where another, like one of the gods went to a different realm, and maybe that was a, I don't know, metaverse or Pokemon world, and you're gonna fight. Just of course speculating here, but you can surely see that this is like longevities has like really high potential here. Okay, but let's talk about NFTs. Hopeful. The Hopeful was our first mint on in September of 2022, and it was a free mint, as you see, with decent trading volume through all this time. And like if you look at this price, it's relatively stable. It's bouncing between point 0.2, point 0.3 on average sales. And guys, to be honest, I think it's really undervalued because on top of the utility you will get in a game, you also get a lot of those Web3 projects introduction to. So you have some raffles, and this is a really VIP treatment. If you look at other gaming projects, they're normally they don't provide you too much utility beside the utility in the game. But being a hopeful is a way to go, I must say. But of course, I'm not telling you to opinion into this. You have to do your own research. I'm just telling you that this is everything that they're doing is really well connected with the lore. And me as a gamer, when I'm waiting for the actual game, I get really nice experience being introduced to step by step by some pieces of the lore, some sneak peeks, and it all is really nicely connected into the plot. It's great. What can I say? So this is number one. Guys, next project is Cloud Castles. I'm an ambassador for this project. This is a quick disclaimer. So obviously I'm biased, but so much hard work is being putting into this game, and this game will have so much quality that seriously most of the Web3 games, and actually not only Web3 but also Web2 games, are going to be challenged. The team that is behind the game is just crazy. John Van Cunningham is the guy who made Heroes of Might and Magic. It was like back in the days where games were not that popular, like there was no esport and stuff like that. It was the 90s or even like late 80s. And he was selling them on a floppy disk. And those people are visionaries. You really think that game that the game designer who made a successful game back then, he will not make a successful game now, having 30 years more experience? If you look into the game itself, it just looks crazy. Even the website looks crazy. Basically, it's going to be battling other wizards with use of monsters. Basically, you'll be able to summon creatures onto the battlefield, where you're going to be able to direct them and fight with them against your opponents. And so longevity here is potential is just crazy. How many mythical creatures do we have right now? Tons. How many you can think of? Yeah, it's just crazy. Like if you look at those creatures, they start as a statues, but you can imbue them with the soul power, and then they will be alive. You can also power them more with soul power, and they can be like powered up. I did a video on this project. I will leave a link in the description. The best thing here is that they have not released any token, any NFT yet, and there's a still chance to get on a whitelist in their Discord server. So I will tell you what's gonna happen. We can go back into this video in 2024 when the game will be like full blown released, and then there's going to be hype because they didn't really start a marketing campaign yet. They are just building, really focused on delivering the high quality of product. And what's going to happen is that they once they start to move, everybody suddenly will pick interest, you know. But it's going to be really hard then. So don't be like everybody else. Just be smarter, and if you really like what you see, try to interact with the community, with the project earlier. This is going to be also Digital Insight Games. This is basically the studio behind Cloud Castles. They are also going to build a platform on Avalanche subnet, so it's going to be fast and scalable for players to be able to easy onboard new players. So I will join the game. I don't have to have like a wallet. It will be created for me. I will have all those assets, able to trade them and stuff like that, without even necessarily dealing with all this Web3 stuff. So very cool onboarding process, and I think one step further into mass adoption. So another big plus of the company. Game looks fun. Here are the sneak peek. Guys, there is seriously nothing out there in the Web3 space that is even close to what Cloud Castle is building. Obviously, I'm a fantasy geek, so I'm really looking forward to this type of games, maybe like different type of games. But regardless, this project fits perfectly into my 4 categories. So I'm really excited to be involved in it, and I think it's going to do extremely well. Okay guys, another one is Dimensionals, Heroes of the Multiverse, and this is created by Mino Games Studio. Mino Games Studio is a really successful studio behind 2 games, a cat game and dog game. Sash McKinnon is a founder, a really great game designer with 15 years of experience, and guys, they have extremely good funding. They already had a successful mint of Genesis Dimensional Stones. 1,000 items in a collection. As you can see, trading volume is really good. In March was the mint. And right now, those who stake, they can collect Eve, which will be able also to summon another heroes. Same basically like dimensional stones. So right now, they're just those people who stake that they're dropping at the market, but in total eve is a 2,000 items collection, and you still can get a whitelist for this for eve. The mint will be 6th of July, I'm sorry, July. So there is a still actually a chance. Every time they have event in a Discord, something like AMA or Twitter Space or just founders chat or whatever, you basically at the end of those meetings, meetups, they give a code where you just can type it in a certain channel in the Discord, and then you will get something like a ticket that you will be able to participate in a raffle for the Eve. So for me, this is a long-term hold. I have a whitelist for this project, and I think that this will do extremely well. And I'm telling you why. Maybe I'm going to just show you. Um, this is a intro with really cool music. As you can see, this animation is really cool. If I would watch it as a kid, as a TV show, and right, there's going to be a TV show, there's going to be a comic book series, and on top of that, that's going to be mainly RPG turn-based game, uh, battling game. So you'll be uh, basically collecting all those dimensionals and fighting against creatures from the rift. In short, of course, there's more behind it, and all those characters look really cool. This is how the game looks like. I've managed to capture some sneak peeks from the Discord on one of the meetups. Hope I'm not gonna get kicked for that. I'm sorry, Sash. I had to leak, but I think this has been this is a boss fight, and people who participate in 3XP, they could also fight with this boss. Basically, you have heroes. You pick heroes before the combat, then you pick items for before every battle, some additional things like potions, and you are utilizing their skills with really pleasant and clean user interface. I love how it looks like. The graphics is really cool. It's probably easy to learn but hard to master, and those types of games can have really cool longevity. If you look at their IP potential, it's like Marvel meet Pokemon, and for me, this says a lot about longevity, because how many dimensional heroes can you summon in the future? Basically, the possibilities are endless. They look really cool. They look a little bit childish, but they also have the serious vibe. So they're perfect in all the age categories. I'd say they're going to do extremely well in 2024 and beyond. If they manage to actually achieve what they want, we might look at another Pokemon game, because if I would see TV show like that when I was a kid, I would just plug myself into the TV and never look back. And if I had a kid, I would totally let him watch it because it looks cool. So yeah, this is a project number 3. Okay, guys, project number 4 is Wildcard, and another one, massively founded project. The CEO of Wildcard is Paul Bettner, and he is the founder of Playful Corp, the company responsible for Wildcard Alliance. And guys, this is a PvP arena battler where you go against player, and It's a third-person perspective game, and you deploy the cards on the arena that will basically turn into creatures, and those creatures will move on their own, and your goal is to destroy the base of the opponent. For now, there are just two characters like here introduced, but game is crazy good. I've played it. I didn't record uh, my game session because it was late at night, but I will show you a trailer. Um, it's crazy good, and it totally doesn't look like a Web3 game from the perspective of quality, because the it's just it, I think it has like really big potential if it comes to esports. Looks goddamn cool. Yeah, I say. This is how it looks like. So basically, third-person perspective. You're deploying those cards. Um, they turn into creatures, and those creatures move on their own. They have their each creature have their own behavior and abilities and flaws and advantages, which is also really cool. And if you think about longevity, like you can create so many cards, you can create so many characters that you'll be able to play in the game. Different arenas, different combat styles. It's really cool. And if it comes to NFTs, so they have released their Genesis Wild Pass, and this is 4,444 collection. It is on Polygon Matic, so if you the transactions are really cheap, which I really like. I know that there's a lot of ETH maxis that are complaining that it's not on Ethereum, but at the end, if you don't need to pay gas fees, I believe that in the future, anyway, everybody will move from Ethereum because it's not efficient, and in the bull market, it will be just crazy with the gas fees and everything. People will look into something else, and a lot of those games will probably move into layer twos. So like Polygon, Arbitrum, or whatever, ZK Sync maybe. So this is how it looks like. There are just different colors of those cards. Right now, the floor is 230 Matic with decent trading volume. And guys, there's like 2K owners and total supply, like I mentioned. And I really like this tweet, and it perfectly describes their approach of the founders to this path. Uh, the wild pass gives utility forever. In this thread, we'll cover what that means. It literally means forever utility in the wildcard universe. So I'm psyched for that. I think they have enough humor, they have enough swagger to push this game forward. And Paul Bettner is a guy who has also tremendous experience in gaming. So this is another project that perfectly fits in my four criteria. Great funding, great team, longevity, and it's fun. I played it. It is really cool, and I think that a lot of people would like to play that game. All right, guys. So that's it. This is my four biggest bets. Of course, there are so many other good games out there. There's Luvium. There's Star Atlas. There's like really this Sparkadia. There's so many good games there. But I really like how those games that I mentioned fit my four criterias. I believe that this is how they are created and how they are managed, this is the way to go. I really like how the community is created in each of those. In Wildcard and in the dimensionals, you can actually talk with the founders in the Discord. I did never talk with the founders on Azra, and I know that Cloud Castles right now, JVC is really busy with the game, but I'm sure, but they're doing really a lot of Twitter spaces with different founders. There's a lot of really cool partnerships in all of those projects. So there's really many things that I didn't mention in this video, which is really working in those projects' favor. I also have a lot of gaming coins and different NFT gaming projects that I'm looking, and I will be sharing those with you. So once again, guys, like, subscribe, but tell me what guys maybe you would like to see in the next video. What projects are you interested in? Maybe I can check it out. Web3 space is big. There's always something new that is popping out every day. I'm just literally have like a list of games that I still need to check. And I'm checking one and there's like two popping off, so it's crazy. But yeah, guys, I had fun. See ya.